Hi guys, nice to see you here. I just noticed that on the shelf behind me is actually something quite exciting. It's my book, which I'm pretty excited about. So I just thought I would actually maybe talk you through a little bit exactly, what I've put in here. Obviously the idea being that it is a cocktail recipe book, but I didn't just want it to be a list of recipes that you can find on the internet or anything. I really wanted it to be something which was, I guess, a bit more of a grounding in sort of understanding how cocktails are constructed and the way that you layer in flavors, and just that idea that obviously I understand that you guys don't all have, the back bar of a full bar to raid every time you want to make a cocktail. You'd obviously only have kind of some bottles, and just that still means that you can make any number of cocktails. You can definitely mix and match ingredients, substitute them in. So as you can see, the name is Strong, Sweet and Bitter. Those of you that have followed the channel for a while might have heard me talk about this before, but when I first started bartending, I had a head bartender somewhere that I worked talked about it as like a taste triangle. So it's like every single drink has to have something strong, something sweet, and then something either sour or bitter. Obviously the sour or bitter didn't quite make as snazzy an actual book name, so we cut that one a little bit shorter. But yeah, just really that fact that every single cocktail is going to be underpinned by those elements, and if there's one of those sizes missing, if you don't have anything bringing sweetness or you don't have anything bringing sort of a sour or bitter note, then that's when you get unbalanced drinks. So I've actually got quite a lot of little diagrams and things in here. So kind of we'll start out explaining the taste triangle here. With a little example of different things that would fall under the sweet or the sour or bitter or the strong categories, and obviously some where they overlap. So something like vermouth has some bitterness from wormwood and spices, but obviously still has sugar in it and does bring a little bit of sweetness. And then we've just broken down some classic cocktails. So looked at something like the margarita, and so the tequila is the strong there. You've got the lime juice as the sour and the orange liqueur as the sweet. And so for instance, if you switch out the sweet side and use an apricot brandy instead of the orange liqueur, then that makes it a Toreador. If you switch out for agave syrup, that's how you get a Tommy's margarita. If you switch out the base, so your strong element, and use vodka instead of tequila, then that's getting pretty close to a cosmopolitan, obviously with a couple of other little tweaks in there. And yeah, a few other examples of that as well. And then that actually carries through. So there's then some, other stuff around setting up your bar, what different spirits are, what you need equipment-wise, and so on. So once you actually get into the recipes, every single page has that little triangle just showing you, what's the strong here, what's the sour or bitter, and what's the sweet. And therefore, if you don't have one of those things to hand, or you just want to mix it up and try something new, then you can just substitute out that side for something that you do have. So hopefully that is makes it just like a little bit more useful. I almost want it to be more like a foundational text rather than, as I said, just a straight list of recipes, and kind of gives you something to play around with. It's something that even happens to me. Obviously we film here in the studio, not actually at my bar, so 9 times out of 10 when I lug everything over from Bomba, I get here and I'm like, shit, I completely forgot something, but there's always usually something else to hand that we can sort of figure out and make work. Yeah, so that's just what's going on in there. I just wanted to give a little bit more detail. It is out this week, so the 5th of April, pending obviously when we get this video up, it might be a little bit past that now. So you should be able to get your hands on it pretty quickly. It's definitely available here in Australia and in the States and in the UK. And I think, it's on Amazon and things, so hopefully most other countries you should be able to find an option as well to get it shipped to you. Any problems, let me know and I'll do what I can, or just ask the publisher. But thank you so much again for all of your support and actually getting us to this point of having this physical thing, which just feels like a bit of a lifetime of work. So very excited to put it out there in the world, and obviously please let me know if you do have a copy, if you're finding it useful, if you have any comments, what you've made from it, anything like that would be amazing to hear. Strong, sweet and bitter. So now you know.